Hey everyone, it's Jeff. Welcome to my channel. You know, I don't post nearly enough videos on this channel, but I'm out walking right now. I've been walking for just over 45 minutes. And I went a different way than I've ever gone. I've seen some things that I've never seen. And it got me thinking about opportunity. I saw some duplexes, one that looks vacant. I saw some houses, a couple that looked vacant. Long grass, no one apparently living there. That's opportunity. I haven't bought houses or duplexes in a while, but it might be time to get back into that market. Opportunities everywhere, and that's what I want to talk to you about, is opportunity. So I have this thing when I talk from the stage that I talk about. When I talk about opportunity, I always get up and I say, hey, have you heard the saying, opportunity knocks? It's probably not the smartest place to be filming a video while walking down the street. Got to pay attention. Anyway, I say, have you heard the saying, opportunity knocks? And people are always like, yeah. And I'm like, what do you think about that? And everyone's like, it's so true. And I'm like, no, that's BS. Opportunity never knocks. Opportunity is always there. It's just chilling out, waiting for you to grab the door and force your way through. Every day we have opportunity, and the trick is to identify it. So I have this formula that I teach. I call it the opportunity formula, the formula that gives you an opportunity to seize opportunity everywhere and to live a life without regrets. And anyway, sorry about that. I had to cross the street, get away from some traffic, coming up on a busier road now. Anyway, the opportunity formula is essentially inspired thought, IA, plus right action, RA. So IA plus RA, inspired thought, IT plus RA, inspired thought plus the right action leads to an extraordinary life, a life full of opportunity. Quick pause there. I don't know if you can see that in the background. Right down there, there's a Family Dollar, my building. Just walked up on it, didn't realize I was coming out right by it. Anyway, inspired thought plus right action. So the question then becomes, how do you find inspired thought? How do you know what the right actions are? And if you can answer those two questions, then you win the game of life. So the first question is inspired thought. How do you find it? Well, there's this thing in psychology. It's called the Iago Trance. So the Iago Trance basically says that it's like, you know what? It's like when you do your brushing your teeth or putting on your clothes.
Time 50 minutes.
Sorry, the run keeper kicked in there and I didn't figure you guys need to hear those stats. But if you want to know, it's 50 minutes I've been walking, 5-0. Anyway, so there's this thing called the Iago Trance, and the Iago Trance basically is when you don't know what you're doing. You're brushing your teeth, you're putting on your clothes, you're driving to work. You're basically in a trance. You're not paying attention to the details. And there are lots of positives to this. There's reasons why this makes sense, why this is a good thing. I think I'm gonna have to find some shade in a second and give the rest of this talk there so we don't have background noise. I'll be right back. All right, well, I didn't find shade, but what I was saying is that in the Iago Trance, you don't know exactly what's going on in your life. You're not paying attention. And it's useful, it's beneficial for us to have that state where we can just get stuff done, like brush our teeth, without having to think about it, without having to use brain space for that. But the thing is, it's also got a cost, and that cost is we don't always get to see things. We don't get to see opportunity. We lose our inspired thought, because inspired thought requires us to have thoughts about things around us and to be inspired by what we see. And so the trick is to wake yourself up from the Iago Trance. And I've got a little formula that does that for us. It's 2 questions. And if you ask yourself these 2 questions every single day, or at least once a week, it's going to wake you up from the Iago Trance. You're going to see things. And that's what actually prompted this video. As I was walking and I saw duplexes and houses and opportunities. And it's because I went a different direction. I did something I hadn't done before. I walked down a different street. And when you're walking slow, you see things that you wouldn't see when you're mindlessly driving. So that's it. The question is, you ask yourself these two questions and they're guaranteed to wake you up. And I know you need to do this. You need to wake up, people. So the first question is, when's the last time you did something for the first time? When's the last time you did something for the first time? Think about that for a second. It's powerful. Right now, I know the answer for me. The last time I did something for the first time is right now, because I'm walking down the street. I don't normally walk down one. I normally drive down. And I'm seeing opportunity because of that. I'm seeing things that I wouldn't otherwise have seen. So that's the first question. So ask yourself that. And then the second question, and this is where all the meat and potatoes are, and that is, what can you do today, right now? What can you do today for the first time? So if it's been a while since you've done something for the first time, what can you do right now for the first time? What's that new thing that you can do that you haven't done before? Can you drive a different way to work? Can you take a walk in the park? Can you research a topic you've never researched? Read a book you've never read? Talk to a person you've never talked to? Or stop and give a hug to a friend? You just don't know what it is that's gonna wake you up. But you gotta do those things. Do new things as many times as possible and constantly be reflecting on it.
Time
And
55.
anyway, do those things and it'll give you that inspired thought. It'll give you an opportunity to think of new things that you haven't thought of before, to have new plans and ideas. So that's step one in the formula. For a brief review, the formula is inspired thought plus the right action. So then the next question is, how do you find the right action? So now you have your idea. Maybe your idea is as simple as, I want to buy this duplex that I just saw while I was walking. Kind of do want to do that. So what do I need to do? Well, turns out the what do I need to do question is actually pretty close to the way you find the right action. You find the right action by asking what, when, where, why questions. How, why? Why is the key. I'll give you an example. So my friend Todd and I, we're gonna work on building a shipyard in Ponce, Puerto Rico. We're gonna build catamarans for the charter market. And that's a crazy idea. It's an inspired thought that we had because of doing things that we hadn't done before. And we started asking why. Well, why can't we get the boats we want? What's preventing it? Why can't we do this? How would this work? And if you ask enough of those what, when, where, why questions, how questions, to get to the root of the problem, you can determine whether that opportunity is just a fleeting inspired thought or it's a real opportunity. And then you can determine what the right action is. So that, my friends, is how you live an extraordinary life without regret. That's how you live a life like I live, where I get to travel around the world, where I get to build boats in Puerto Rico, climb Mount Kilimanjaro. You do it by constantly waking yourself out of the Iago Trance and by constantly finding the right opportunities. Search for those opportunities. They're everywhere. They're not gonna knock, but you're gonna be able to spot them and you're gonna grab onto them and you're gonna know the right action to force that door open by just following this very simple inspired thought plus right action formula. I hope you guys have an amazing day.